it gets to the point where you just sit and just let things happen. You just chill, relax. You're just a person who has a certain belief. You do certain things. You're going to school. You're working on something because you know that, hey, this is what's going to get me to where I need to be. For those of you who has a religion, like me, I believe in God, right? Um, Jesus Christ. Most people are not gonna think like that. Not everybody's gonna have that type of belief, and this is gonna get a little personal. But at the same time, this is where we have to get into a way of not thinking and worrying about what other people feel. It's very difficult now because everything is right in front of our faces. Um, Example: a lot of people, has a way of, okay, I was speaking to someone, and my friend, I'm getting into it. Let me give you some examples. A lot of people is gonna have a way of, okay, you know what, this person is crazy. How is it that they think this way? How is it that they think this way? How is it that they're gonna talk about this type of thing? That's crazy. You got to get into a way. You got to understand, and this is where I mean understand, that no matter who a person is, no matter how many times you're gonna explain, nobody's gonna understand you the way you understand things until you get into a certain community, you get around certain people. Nobody's really gonna understand you because people see things the way they see it. They'll try to explain to you. They'll try to tell you that, hey, what you're doing is this, and why you doing this, how you do it. And no matter how many times you explain to them you're doing it that way, because they see it that, okay, I did it this is how you're supposed to do it. How come you can't do it? And this is where you have to really and must not let it get to you. Before I get into the video, let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend. I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Today, we're going to talk about, no matter what your situation is, people and the people you know are just not going to really understand you because based on what they see and believe. Listen, we live in a world that is crazy because people especially if you're living in the West, if you're living in a different continent, let's say some countries in a different continent, and countries in a different continent, this video may not be for you. Let me give you an example. Like, I can't even give you an example, but you get where I'm coming from. If you're a country like in the West, in the States, westernized, you be in Europe, you can be somewhere, some countries in Europe, especially in the United States, especially here in the United States. We live in a world, especially in this time, where you have a specific person who, let's get an example, who may grow up in poverty and all they know is poverty. And that's a lot of us, For those of us, we probably are struggling, right? We all struggle in different ways, right? But because they understand and see, and they understand it is poverty, that's all they see. That's all they believe. But you have an abundance money mindset. You may grow up or still working your way out of poverty, and you've seen the difference between, or you done worked your way out of poverty. Vice versa. There's going to be that person who's going to look at you and don't understand like why you're still living like that, or they're going to look at you like, how can you want to be like that? You're being bougie. You're acting like you don't know where you come from. Listen, and there's no judgment either way, but you got to understand, most people only understand things to their understanding. Let's talk about it. Religious. for me personally, I have a belief. I know what I believe in, right? But I understand that nobody and not every, well, not nobody, not everybody is going to understand what my beliefs are, why I believe this type of things, right? And I don't want to say things, but why I believe the way I believe. Because, like I said, people see things and people have things that they only believe in. That's what they understand. That's what represents them. And you question yourself, what should you do? How is it, can I get this type of knowledge that I believe in or what I see into their heads? You can't. Until they walked in your shoes, until they understand that, hey, Gene been through this, Mariah been through this, etc. Wherever you are, and they could reach out to you and say, hey, how did you do it? How is it that, I'm going through this and this, that, and the third, until they reach out to you. That's when you can say, hey, this is what happens, this is what I did. And even then, they still have to go through what they go through, and they're still going to challenge you, even though they're going through what they're going through. And this is one of the reasons why you got to understand your beliefs and what you see is for you. And that's what's going to help you. For me, that's what at least I understand. That's going to get me to where I need to be. Now, me who have this video, I'm doing videos, I'm on YouTube. As you can see, well, I don't have a lot of views. My views is not that high. I've been questioned many times. I've been told, yo, you're supposed to have more subscribers. You're supposed to have more more people, you're supposed to be way more than we're supposed to be. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I question myself too, even just recently, like, yo, what's going on? Like, I'm doing these videos. Of course, I'm not monetized. Of course, I would love to, make some money where I can sleep, right? But I understand and I see that not everybody is going to really understand my content and what am I doing this video for. Look, even when, I'm gonna give an example, before when I was visiting family, I was doing videos and they heard the chirp chirp, right? No matter how many times I explain to them on videos that, hey, this is where I am. This is why, until then, this is why best I can do, the privacy I can, so I can drop these videos just to give a message. You have people that's telling me, hey, you need to you need to change the smoke detector, you need to do this, you need to do that. Even though I explain to them, even at the end, I'll tell them. I'll have people smart trying to be funny, chirp chirp, because why? Their attention span, I don't know, probably be falling their head. And I'm not trying to take no jabs, but it's like, yo, I done explained it to you already, but that's how they understand it. This is what they see. They have to explain it for them to understand, like, oh, dang, he done explained it already. Most people ain't gonna get it, even though when you explain it. And this is why you just can't let things get to you. You can't. You can't. A lot of things too, when you do have an understanding, and you have of what you're doing and where you want to be, don't expect everybody to understand you. Don't expect people who's gonna be like, okay, you're doing your thing, and that's some people. Hey, I understand what you're doing, keep doing you, but I don't understand. Because people have an ego. People have an ego. Most people do. But with you, they'll challenge you. We live in a world, especially in America, especially in the West, where we're free to believe what we want to be and what we see. People ain't gonna understand it because you're supposed to understand. You're supposed to believe what they believe. You're supposed to see what they see. But if you're a person who's just like me and you're chilling, you make, hey, that's your thing, that's what you do. That doesn't have to be around you, but okay, I see what you're doing, right? That's in a way of understanding because that's what you do. But instead, you'll have people who just doesn't understand you, no matter what it is. Why you want to do business? Why you want to become a millionaire? Why you want to become this? Why are you talking like this? Why? you're this and you're that way. Because that's what they understand. That's what they see. They see you're supposed to be just like them. Now, is it wrong? All right. But for me, I believe that, hey, whatever I believe in, that's what I believe in. And you should too. You believe what you believe. It's called respect. And that's what most people don't have in this world. So if this video resonated with you, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to your best friend, your new best friend. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.